Oh my God, what's going on, y'all? This lighting is horrible. Um, I am just trying to figure out here now. Ugh, it's horrible. It's horrible. Hold on, guys. Okay. Anyway, give me 1 second. Get right back. See if I can get some people to come in anyway here. I don't know if this is gonna help, but no, it's not. Hold on, y'all. Okay, that's better, much better. I'm gonna have to stand up. I'm not gonna be on here long anyway. I know I haven't been on here in a while, guys, and I don't even think I've made an intro, done an introduction or anything. But anyway, I am yet recovering again from this cold, flu, whatever you. It was more of a cold this time. Last time it was more kind of more or less like the flu, and it lasted longer and everything. So I kind of done some things different this time. Um, my thing for getting on here is I am having interviewing. This is what I'm doing. I'm a boss from Nashville, Tennessee, and I am interviewing female bosses like myself. And I have a surprise guest, but she had an emergency, and we was not going to be able to keep um, that appointment for today. But this person is just so phenomenal, and her and my story is similar, and really all of us have a similar story. It's just a different person. But it has just been an amazing journey. I think I just believe I was born an entrepreneur, because I've always saw myself as a boss. And my thing for being on the social media platforms is for inspiration. She inspired. Yes, I do. And if nothing else, I'm inspiring myself. I'm encouraging myself, and sometimes, with the help of God, He kind of helped me, sift out all the other stuff I don't need. I am like I had, shared about before about being a grateful recovery daddy. I am just that. I am still recovering. I am still in the process of making separations from those things that are trying to creep back up in my life. And so I know that being an entrepreneur, to me, it's more than just a business. It's my calling. I have so much. Y'all see the smoke circulating. This is my sage. I live by it. I believe in it. This has been part of my healing process as well. With I drink respiratory tea. This time I added the respiratory tea, and I've done some the respiratory tea, and I added the eucalyptus in it this time, the drops. And I tell you, and then I've been rubbing down in my Vicks. Man, that thing right there, that's an old remedy that's been around for centuries. And so, but it's a good remedy. It's something that actually works. And so it's been good for me. But anyway, I had to go, just kind of made things right for me because I could go and have my treatment done today. Once again, I would be coming on sharing things about a lot. I do a lot of things. I do more than just one thing. It would be hard. It's hard for me to just stick to one because I'm that type of person. I want multiple streams of income. And yes, I've had a lot of distractions along the way. trying, things out, and that's part of being an entrepreneur. You are going to get some flops. You're going to waste a lot of money, if you're not careful. You have to make sure that you're getting the right things because people are not going to tell you anything for free and they're not going to share information with you because I get it. Everybody, is trying to make that dollar. And hey, I'm all for that. So, what I'm doing, I just wanted to kind of share. I'm going to be going around interviewing different female bosses here in Nashville. They always say, oh, Nashville is a country, this and a country that. They have this name for us, Nashvillians. But that's okay too, because I know my worth and I know my name. So none of that really matters to me. But there's so many of us hidden in the trenches and between the trenches that people don't even know anything about. They don't know our true story. We hear and we see all these great things on YouTube and all these other Facebook and that people are doing and all of that. And sometimes it can overwhelm people that have had a late start in getting things started for herself because I've been so involved in everybody else's stuff with, recovering, from your own addictive behaviors and addictions and all of that. It can become a challenge when you're, it's a generational thing. I'm going to say this because, I've shared even with you guys about my daughter and her also having some dependencies, some you know things that are similar to me, and it's just part of being an addict. And that part I hate, I regret it because just being able to sit back and look and see where and what God is, doing now, and even what He has allowed some of those things to come back. I ain't gonna say some, a lot of those things to come back when you really trying to fix you, and it starts internally, it starts in here, and you gonna run up on some dirt. You gonna on some of your own dirt that you gonna be like, dang, I forgot all about that, and some of it hurt, and some of that dirt ain't coming off until it's dealt with. I've had to make amends. I've had to get on social media and send out messages up to people to say, hey, I'm sorry. I did not know the things I was doing. And not only that, I was trying to work through my own demonic forest. I'm an orphan. I was adopted. I wasn't in a safe place. It wasn't a safe place. It wasn't. But God was there. I can say that because according to the doctors, I shouldn't be here. At first they all she said, yeah, I was depressed. In the beginning stages because I didn't even realize what was going on myself and didn't really get any clarity until I, really truly accepted Christ in my heart and believed that He could change me, He could fix me, He could make me better. Because I know my desire was not to be like that. My desire was to and is still is to be better, than I've been. I've been in, most of the times, it's a true saying when they say birds of a feather flock together. And when you flocking with certain type of, species or people or whatever, you kind of turn it into them. And so that part was scary for me because I was like, wow, I don't want to be like that, and I just continued to ask God to show me how to make me a better me and to help me see into me. That's what intimacy means. And I didn't really know what it meant until I got to know God. Is that intimacy means into me see, because We can walk around like hypocrites because I once was one of them. Running up in the church and everything, and still not all the way in the world, but I still had my foot kind of somewhat still in there. And so that's hypocritical for those that don't know what a hypocrite is. Okay. So we have to be careful of that. And people are watching us. We are always on the radar, especially if you're a female. You are being watched and targeted at the same time now. So I have truly, I can tell you, since I have made some adjustments this year. That's what I call them. I don't call them resolutions. I call them adjustments, because I'm trying to, you know, adjust and do some different things. And sometimes that take adjusting too, because you used to doing things a certain way that you're kind of comfortable with. And those ways have not been, a lot of them not been good ways. It's just that bird of a feather flocking together. So that's basically the gist of what I'm talking about. It's a lot of girl power going on, walking into my femininity again, and accepting, and living a life of celibacy. I have to share that one has just been it's been a gem. It's been a jewel for me, because I made a decision after so many bad things that had happened to me as a child. And down through the years, and it just wasn't a one-time thing. These things went on and on and on with multiple people. So, adjusting, and readjusting. And so I've had a whole lot of work and still have a whole lot to work through. And I just feel like this is a part of my life. Um, I'm 60. I'm 60 years old. I'm not ashamed to tell my age, and to be honest with you, I did not think I would live to see it. And I'm literally saying that in truth. Anything I get on here and say, it is my truth. It may not all sound like, ooh, and people gonna question, ooh, is that true? Is she make it? I ain't make none of it up. I promise you. It is my story. And only I can tell that. But I'm not here to tell a story. I'm trying to, my purpose for being here is to be that she inspires. Not only is she inspiring others, but she inspires you know, because most, women, it's a challenge for us to be there for one another. We want to be so critical. We want to tear them down. People tend to hold charge of your past on you. They make a decision right then that you're nothing, you're never going to be nothing, and blah, blah. You can pretty much tell, like some of the social medias platforms that I'm on. And yes, I'm trying to build an audience because you don't see a lot of women out there encouraging women and telling them, yeah, you can win. Because the same way I'm encouraging them, I'm encouraging myself. I love this song. It's an old song, and she says, sometimes you have to encourage yourself. That part. So I'm a firm believer in that. But God is the head of that, all of that, because He leads me to the place where the people are, and then He'll lead them into my place and space where I am. Because things have changed for me now. This is my intro. Okay? I want y'all to get it. I'm giving y'all me and telling y'all some things about me that you don't know. You don't have to speculate no more, baby, because I'm gonna give it to you. All of it. I always have been a upfront type of person, not ashamed. My stuff has always been on the front anyway, because everybody tell all my business, so they think, and at that moment it was covering up theirs. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they were just pushing me up. And so I got used to it. If somebody asked me, confronted me about something, if I done it, you gonna get that yes I did. But I'm not ashamed of my past, and it has been a horrific past that I don't have to just keep delving into. But sometimes I do have to add a little bit of that up, and God has made me, when I say go all the way back, He's made me go back to some things that I didn't want to face. I didn't want to, because I was ashamed. I was like, wow, he allowed this stuff to come to me to see it. He wanted me to remember what I done. Mm, mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. And so my point in saying all that is, I just have to keep, pressing toward that mark of that high calling. And I know that there is, sometimes you can know something that you're supposed to be doing and you don't do it. And in my case, I always felt like that I'm not worthy of those things, and why me? You know, why can't you choose somebody with all them 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 degrees, and why me with just some little old, diploma, or you didn't. It took me, like I said, I was late starting the stable life. I'm gonna say because I was very unstable at the earlier part of my life, was unmanageable, and I did not have very good representation or anything before me to make me desire to have, because the things that I did see most of the time was painful for me and to me. Excuse me, guys. So um, I can't stress that enough, is that you have to safeguard your heart, safeguard your mind. I let a lot of things that were said to me as a child on up just kind of like, in my mind, made me believe a lot of times I was not worthy of anything. All the blessings that God had, favored me with. And a lot of people would be like, "Darn, why she get that? And how she get that? And why is that?" They were questioning God. Why you letting these things happen to her? Not her. She was an addict. She was this. She was homeless. She was that. She ain't nobody. And so for a long time, that's exactly how I felt, like I was a nobody. But as I began to start, like I said, encouraging myself, picking myself up, telling myself, looking in the mirror, telling myself that God thought I was worth saving. So that makes my fight even harder to want to stay saved. Okay. And so a lot of that has been to where I've had to separate. I've had to cut, some people out of my life. And a lot of times, like I said, we know, we knew, and we just didn't, and somebody had said something to me a few weeks ago. Don't just say I'm gonna do it, you know, whatever that is. Because a lot of times when you keep saying, and you didn't do that, and you haven't done it yet, I think you still in reservation because you feeling doubtful about it, you know. But I do know this: if God bring you to you, if He bring you to it, He's gonna bring you through it. I'm telling you. Ask me how I know. I can tell you some things. I can share some things with you as a woman. I have been celibate now. I have not been intimate like that in a sexual relationship with a man in over 13, 14 years now. And it is really just I feel really good about it, because it's something I feel like that I needed to do to separate myself from the abuses, the rapes, and all of that stuff in my life. it just helped me. I don't know if y'all know anything about them soul ties, but sometimes, I think now I know that, we think that, when we get out of a relationship, we just jump right back into it. They used to always say when you want to get get over another, get under another. And for a long time, I've said it a few times until I actually said it one day. And I was like, I don't think that has not worked for me. All I'm gonna say. So I had to figure something out, and every year during Holy Week, the first of the year, I really, really go into consecration. I pray, I fast, I separate, because I don't need any distractions. I've had that trying to include everybody in it, and I feel like the spirit by the spirit, and most of the time, if it's the right person, they'll be feeling you in the spirit and saying, "Hey." Da 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 da, and then like, okay, that's it. That they're the ones that's supposed to be there because everybody that you think praying, Praying, they are really not praying. They are seeking whom they may devour. So, hey, they can't hit a moving target, and I try to stay in moving mode as much as possible. But I'm being very careful about the moving, because there's been times I've just been moving. I was just all over the place, and it's some hard time. I'm like, what am I doing? you know? And so I just thank God for the discipline. He slows me down. Right now, He's helping me, in my healing journey. I've had to completely stop other jobs. I used to, still want to, mind you not. I'm not a slouch. I'm not lazy, but I'm very gifted. I'm a woman that wears many hats. There's really not too much I can't do. Now, I can't fix a car. And I really don't want to fix a car, to be honest with you. There's some things I don't want to do, and that's one. But I can do a lot of things. Paint. I'm not getting on no roof, but I guarantee you I can pray. I can change out the cord on a washing machine, the dry, whatever needed to be done. I've done a lot of that. Um, so that makes me as they say, someone said it the other day, was in this group, and they said, "You're an Amazon. That's what you are." And I was like, I didn't understand I was like, please elaborate on that because I want to know. Anybody say something, or they, put a title on it. I need to know what that is, what you mean. And so when she described it, she said an Amazon is a very powerful woman, um, that um, that lives without having sex. And they call her powerful because she's not tied up with all these different souls. And we, like I said, we're having relations with this one, and when that relationship over, you are you're dating again, you're seeing somebody else. Before you know it, y'all going to bed together. So before you know it, you don't slept with somebody else. It might work, it's just been, I'm just telling my truth. Okay, I can tell you. I can tell you about mine. But I just, I'm grateful to God to be alive today. I really am. In spite of the aches, in spite of the, I have thalassemia, alpha, and it's different stages of it. It's major, it's alpha major, it's major alpha. I was trying to do it in order. Minor, and then just the, you know, thalassemia without title attached, extra title attached to it. And that just is a lifelong suffering and torment of anemia. There's times I can wake up tired, times I go to bed in between tired. is very exhausting. And I've been like that all my life. I've done a lot of self medicating because of it. They couldn't really treat it. At that point in my life, they didn't even know, and they weren't even trying to find out what it was. And so it just really took me to, stay on them doctors, get on them, and keep going. And, a lot of times they're going to say we're crazy. Yeah, most of theirs is in their head, because they can't see anything. So when you get to the point to where you can see, I have a rheumatologist, and he is just so, um, he is my angel. I promise you that man is. And he, helped me out a lot down through the years. I've been with him for over 20 some years now. And if I need a referral somewhere, if I tell him what's going on, he said, well, okay, I know somebody. He sent me to some people that can really help me. And, you don't get that often. And so I just thank God for that favor because they are a part of my team, and he works with me and I work with him. I tell him the truth. I be honest with him about everything. He was just been so proud of me. He lost a lot of patients during COVID, and so it just tickled him to know that I did not catch COVID. I did catch. I thought it was COVID, but it was just, I guess, the remnants of it. Cold, the normal thing, being around people. My daughter and granddaughter, they are always in and out, and so I did kind of get a little something, but it wasn't COVID. When I finally did get back to the doctor, she was like, "No, Miss Martin, you did not. You might have had something, but you didn't have COVID." So just to hear him say that he was proud of me and whatever I've been doing to keep it up, and so that right there is very helpful to know that uh, you're on the right track, you're on the right road to recovery. And I'm gonna tell you, it has not been easy. I have to go in and have treatment where I have to go and get um, hooked up to the IV, and they will give me some iron. But I'm gonna tell you, I've been eating. Somebody turned me on to licorice, the black licorice, and it is kind of like, to me, it's a natural uh, um, iron food because I eat that, and sometimes I just crave it. And I tell you, it really, really helps give me good energy. And then, to top it off, I do my Irish moss powder. Just do that too. I take that once a day, normally in the morning, and then I have the gel um, that. Hold on, the gel that I also incorporate with everything. I do this kind of like at night, um, and then I do the powder in the morning because it really, really does give me a lot of energy, more than the gel. But I just try to kind of split it up a little bit. Not, I don't want to overdo it, but I want to do enough to where it's working for me. And so it's working for me. I just, over the holidays, I did pick up a few more pounds because I tell you, it's just so many good things to eat. And I was just like, oh my God, I had been depriving myself of all that. And I said, shoot, um, I'm getting ready to do this. I'm getting ready to have me some good time eating some of the things. I didn't go too crazy, but I did have some of the things I hadn't eaten in a long time. I didn't eat much, but I just wanted the taste, Just like I got baby back. I just needed a couple, little bitty bones. Just let me, and it was just amazing. So, and cakes, all kind of cakes. My sister had made, one of my sisters had made me a carrot cake. I love carrot cake. I love red velvet cake. And so she fixed one, and I tell you, I probably ate half of it by myself with some coffee. I'm telling you, it was so good. So, anyway, I just wanted to come in, do a quick intro. Like I said, it's not one set thing that you're going to see me do or I'm trying to. I am just now getting. I can get on here, go live, and I can post. I can do this, do that. We're in a process of moving. They're renovating, so they're gonna be moving us out, moving us in somewhere out else, and coming in here and redoing this, and then moving us back in. So it's just been a crazy process, and we have stuff everywhere. Most of it is mine. It's not that I just some of it is like business stuff, just So that was the main thing. It's just time for me to pray with me, y'all. That this year be the year that God bless me with my own place, my own spot again, so I can really, really kind of be able to do. I'm ready now, health wise. I'm better, much better than I've been in a long time, to be honest with you. And so that was my biggest fear of being alone. And I was with my daughter and granddaughter. We moved in together right before COVID hit. Didn't even know COVID was going to take place, but I was really, really sick. I was going through a lot, and I did not actually think I was going to make it to 2021. To be honest with you, I thought that I was going out of here, so I was just trying to I got everything in order. I was ready to go. If it happened, I live a good life. I've done a lot of things, good things. I've been, a few places. I've done a lot. I've had a lot of adventures. So if nothing else happens, and that's even someone asked me, excuse me, guys. Someone asked me would I get married again, and I said yes, I would. But it just I learned a lot, from my first marriage, and it was devastating to me because I didn't get married to get divorced. So, but I'm not gonna get on that one. I'm just kind of throwing some things out to you about me so that you'll know who I am, and that you would probably get a better understanding of things I do. I like to vlog. I like to, mine is more towards, like I said, reality, family. Um, I don't want to tell somebody else's story. I want them to be able to tell themselves. And so I'm excited about these women. I am going to reach out to the other lady that I've chosen to be my surprise visit. Is I'm going tomorrow. We've already scheduled that time for tomorrow, so I'll be back in here tomorrow. And it's going to be in between 11 and noonish when we will be on. And I'm so excited to introduce you guys to her. Some of you may already know her. I don't know. You'll never know who people know until you put them out there. Like, I know her. Yeah, I know him, or whatever. But and then I have another young lady. Like I said, I'm not going to reveal the names and stuff, but they're going to be my surprise guests. Right, I'm going to try to at least have one every week. So I'm now in the process trying to line up my next person that I'll be interviewing. Uh, so since I've already have the number one already set up, but like I said, she had some emergency today. So hey, that's life. That stuff happens all the time. I can't even begin to tell you what I have come out of those similar things that has happened to me. But just imagine all of them happening at the same time. It was nobody but God that got me through that. So, once again, I just had to come in since that I didn't want to not come in. I didn't want to delete. I didn't want to do nothing. I said I'm gonna go forth. I'm gonna share anyway. Whether because like I said, things happen, and it's just life. We can get up with plans to get ready to go do some things, and then for it, those plans have being um, thrown out. So you got to come up with a plan B. And that's one thing I always try to do. If I know for sure, I always try to have a plan B, plan A and B. So I'm looking forward to coming in and sharing. Now that I'm well again, back up on my feet and able to move around, and be more, um, um, just have more footage, more everything for you. Because I would love for everybody to that if you have not already subscribed, please like and subscribe and share. Okay, because like I said, there's some good stuff you're gonna be getting. Not just for me, I'm gonna be having other people that's gonna come in and we just gonna make this one big happy family, baby. And we're gonna help one another. We're not gonna be ashamed. We're going to move forward and do the things that we need to do as people in a whole, as one. I heard someone say the other day that, um, um, what is it? He's uh, said, united, we stand, and divided. I'm not gonna say it until I get it all right because it's powerful how it came out. And I was like, okay. So it was just different from how they originally said it. But I'm just so excited. I'm looking forward to everyone that is going to join in on these lives because, like I said, I will be doing more. Looks like to me, I will be more, doing I will have time to do a whole lot more videos, a whole lot more lives, a whole lot more footage outside, visiting different places and whatnot, and even sometimes showing you the things that I do behind the scene of things. I'm still praying and asking God to kind of work with me on that, because I know things are different in the world today, and it's the people that makes everything complicated. And so, it's a lot of stuff going on today. It really is. I never thought I would experience. I tell this before I leave, before I exit. But I thought I'd never experienced the cyber, attacks that are real. They're real. You never think they would even happen to the low people, but they do. And I live in an apartment like I said, the apartment complex, and we're in units, and each unit there are 4 apartments, and so the 2 apartments on the bottom are the only ones that have Wi-Fi. The 2 apartments on the top, I know the one above me, she used to have it, and she got hers disconnected once she realized that she could use mine. And so once I disconnected it, my daughter got it, and then they got it, all locked up and secured. But they're still able to get into my cell phone. And I didn't realize that at first until I was like seeing how much of my data had been. And not only that, someone ordered, I think the only bank like stuff I had available, like I guess that they could get into, they ordered something from PayPal. And so I don't keep money on those cards because just for those type of reasons, because people are just, and then you look at them, you don't even, you like, dang, you can't even believe it. But they have it to where they doing what they doing and they're getting away with it, for the moment. But I have to cut my phone off. It's just a lot. And I don't even want to get into it, but y'all need to beware. If you're in an apartment complex, be careful with your data. Lock your phones up, because people are really, really, really doing evil, and they're doing it on purpose. Okay, and then they get mad at us because they can't connect. They stomp the floor. the kids jump on the bed. They don't have upgraded bedding like some people do. They have the old box spring that and they do that intentionally, and it's just sometimes very annoying. And I constantly have to stay in prayer, constantly, constantly have to blow my shofar and burn my sage, because that's the only I don't want to always fight back with that, because some battles are not worth fighting, and that's just not one that I don't want to fight. So I'm praying that God will remove me from the situation. I'm better now. I'm well now. I know how to take care of myself and get myself back where I need to be. I don't eat a lot of things that I used to eat, so therefore that cuts out a lot of of the sickness, that the antis that come up in your what they call it, the let me see, anti-aging, inflammation, and that's why they call them the antis, and they call it the anti-inflammatory, anti-aging, antibacterial, and antiviral. This stuff right here is it's the bomb. It's good for all of that. It clears that mucus up, and some mucus we have to have is good. It protects, some of our organs. So some of the mucus we have to have, we need some healthy mucus. But like the crud I've been, that was some. Oh my God. And with the respiratory tea and all of that, and staying hydrated, drinking water, and clean yourself out the way you're supposed to. Hey, this time it went away quick, even quicker than last time. So I'm grateful for that. But like I said, I had to come on in here, and I know I probably got a little winded here, and I pray that everybody would, like I said, just come on in, and we can just be one big happy family. We can talk about it, whatever we need, want to talk about. Ask me whatever you want to ask me. I'm gonna give you my honest opinion, my honest answer, whatever it is, because that is something that honesty is the best policy. That's all I'll know. I've been told in my younger years that being honest all the time is not good, but now I understand why they say that. Because it's a trap. They want us to think that um, what we're doing, what we can do, the possibilities that can help us be and do better, is really going to be there for us. We put it in our mind to do it, and then we, really receive it in our heart that, hey, believe in that, then I'm just a witness that, God can make all things possible. But I want to do the things that's pleasing to Him. Um, I want to say, um, I want to serve by saving lives, because I know how important it is for someone to be saved. If it weren't for God being on my side, and I've had a couple of intercessors that during the time that I needed that deliverance, um, they prayed it out. They prayed me through it, and then they instilled that same power within myself. That it's kind of like a transfer, and so I'm so grateful, very grateful, for them pouring into me, Dion Allen and Parody Broadnax. I'm grateful for them too, right there, because we were we weren't blood brothers and sisters, but we were brothers and sisters for real in Christ, because they were praying and interceding. They knew a lot of the inside of my life, and that's because I didn't sugarcoat nothing. I kept it 100 all the time. So, but when I was sick, on the prayer lines, and just so many things. My boys were, living that in that dark world. Um, they 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 prayed, they fasted and prayed with me, and to break every chain, not just within. with me, but for them as a whole. So they were my family for real, for real. And so I'm grateful for that. So hey, I just wanted to come in. I was gonna make this count because I could not change the date. I could not change the time because I tried. So I said, well, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go on and do this thing and just, this is my introduction. Like I said, I'm gonna always have something to share, something good. It's not just one thing that I do or can do. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. So hey, thank you for all of you who have subscribed. Thank you for your comments. And I'm going to get to them all. I think I finished them all up today, and I appreciate that so much. So hey, family, like I said, feel free to leave your comments. They are helpful. I love to engage with you guys about everything. I don't want you to just come in here and look and, you know, just to see what I'm talking about because, you may miss some. And don't count me out as not knowing nothing because, hey, I am a woman that knows some spiritual things. And I'm going to tell you it, what I have, this world didn't give it to me. Okay? So therefore, the world won't be able to take it back. It's up to me when you get delivered to stay delivered. Okay? So I see you guys tomorrow with my surprise guest. Okay? I am so grateful that you're here. Guess what? I love you, and so does God. Have a good day.